everyone, and welcome to the Trail Hiking channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Danner 453, Trail 2650, the American-made Featherlight, and the Mountain 600 Leaf GTX. I've included the description and specs for each specific shoe for you to read at your leisure. Please stick around to the end to get my opinion on each shoe. I'll also be talking about best applications and some of the challenges I've faced with the sizing of these shoes. Okay, this is the Danner 453 Loam Brown Chocolate Chip color. I bought these on sale for $180. They're currently listed at $240 on the Danner website. This is a full grain wax leather. Does have a Gore-Tex liner, so it's waterproof. This is a 5.5-inch boot, does have TPU shank, weighs 50 ounces, and produced in Vietnam. These boots definitely had a break-in period, I'd say probably 10 to 15 miles before they started feeling comfortable on my ankles. They do offer great traction and a lot of stability around your ankle. These boots did fit true to size, had plenty of toe room in the box. I did end up getting a rip in the liner shown here, which will be covered under the Danner 365-day warranty. This is the Trail 2650, named in tribute to the Pacific Crest Trail. This is a suede and textile upper, mesh lining, exo heel system, TPU shank, an 8mm offset from heel to toe, weighing in at 24 ounces and 3 inches high, also made in Vietnam. This particular model is not waterproof, therefore my foot got wet right there. Danner does offer a waterproof GTX version of the 2650, which I also highly recommend. These shoes fit like a sneaker and are ready to go right out of the box, no break-in period required. This is the American-made Featherlight in gunmetal. I bought these in 2022 for $410. Please note how closely the eyelets are to each other and how little you can see the tongue and how much extra shoelace I have. These need to be worn with very thick socks. As far as I can see, they're no longer in production, however, have very similar characteristics to the Danner Light Revival, which is now available on the Danner website. This boot is waterproof, made in Portland, Oregon. These American-made boots are handcrafted with full grain leather and nylon panels. Finally, the Mountain 600 Leaf GTX. This boot is constructed of full grain leather upper, Gore-Tex liner, so it is waterproof, an EVA midsole, which is a foam commonly used in sneakers. It is made of recycled material, and these boots are recraftable, which means you can replace the sole. These boots are 4.5 inches high, weighing in at 36 ounces, and do include a nylon shank. They are made in Vietnam. These boots require little to no break-in period. They are very comfortable and are going to be great for the upcoming winter. Okay, so what can we take away from this review? By far the shining stars are the Mountain 600 and the Trail 2650. The Trail 2650 is great for a day hike. My first pair of Danners were the 2650 mids, which is a little bit higher than the shoe shown here. They were GTX. One thing I will say is if you're getting the GTX, you might want to go up a half a size because the liner does take up a little bit more space. And if you're going to be in any wet conditions at all, wet grass or whatever, then you're going to want to keep your feet dry. If you're out west or hiking in the desert, the Trail 2650 shown here is great, and it's probably about $20 to $30 cheaper than the GTX edition. You've heard me mention the shank. I prefer to have the shank in all of my shoes because I'm often walking on rocky conditions, which stops the rocks from poking up into your feet while you're walking. The Danner 453 seems like a great boot. I wore it for about 3 months, probably put 450 to 500 miles on it. There was an extensive break-in period. These boots are hot and kind of clunky and heavy, and you really don't have much connection with the ground, which I don't like. I like to feel the ground underneath my feet as long as I'm not getting poked by rocks. They seem to be selling the 453 as a backpacking boot, which probably if you're carrying a heavy load, the support might be good. But for a day hike or ultra lightweight, I would steer clear of the 453, but that's just my personal opinion. After wearing the 453 for 3 months, when I tried on the Mountain 600s and a new pair of the 2650s, I just was like, wow, these are so much more comfortable, and what was I thinking with this big heavy boot? When I initially ordered the Featherlight, I was going to wear them as just a casual winter boot. However, they did not fit properly. It was recommended that you size down a half a size for the American made boot. I did not do that because the Danner 2650s that I had were on the verge of being too small. So for the cost, they certainly didn't meet my expectations. I've only worn them a handful of times. I don't like wearing big, thick socks. I do have a fairly narrow foot. So looking back, I wish I would have sent them back and gotten a smaller size or a different style that fit me better. The Mountain 600s are amazing. I probably have 35 to 40 miles put on them now. Very comfortable, very light, waterproof. They're not lined, but they're still nice and warm. And like I said, I plan on wearing them throughout the winter months where I can't wear the 2650s. So when you're looking for a pair of hiking boots, my best recommendation is, if at all possible, go into the store and try them on. Try on multiple sizes, half size up, half size down, and see what's most comfortable. Just for example, in the Mountain 600, I'm an 11. In the 2650 GTX, I'm an 11 and a half. And it's very frustrating ordering these shoes online and them not fitting because you're excited to get wearing them and get hiking. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them if possible. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. And please remember to stay hydrated.